What's a food allergy reaction? Essentially, food allergies is nothing more than your immune system, which is responding to those foods like it's a threat, right? Kind of like allergies to pollens and danders and things like that. You're overreacting like it's a virus, if you will. And so your immune system, 80% of it's in the gut. So when you put food inside your tummy, it's still actually outside the body, but you have immune cells in the gut and the malt that are responding to that food. And it can create things like skin, rashes. You can have histamine issues like hives or urticaria, brain fog, fatigue. You could have like a lot of bloating or constipation or diarrhea, which could be food allergy issues. And that can create inflammation. So why is that happening? So first, just the nature of the food. Certain foods tend to be more inflammatory, whether there's an anti-nutrient load, whether it's gluten, whether it's processed sugar, more inflammatory excess omega-6 processed vegetable, nut, or seed oils. Think canola, think safflower, think soy, nuts or seeds, things that have high lectin or anti-nutrient content. These can be irritating to your gut. And so if your gut's already compromised and you create more inflammation, well, guess what? 80% of your immune cells are in the intestinal tract, and they're more likely to react to those foods that are in there. So look at the foods. That's the first thing. Foods can be problematic, especially if the foods are bad. Second thing is you're not breaking the foods down well. So you could have low enzyme, low acid, low bile salts, and just not breaking the foods down well. You see these big globules of food. It's kind of like lactose intolerance. You don't break down the lactose in the milk sugar, big globules of lactose, and the body responds usually with diarrhea and things like that. And so just not breaking down that food increases the chance of food intolerance, I mean, not breaking it down. So support enzymes, support HCl, support bile, especially if you're having a hard time breaking down fat. Look at the ability to break those foods down. Now, you could have imbalance in the gut microbiome. You could have dysbiosis or a SIBO, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. That could be a thing as well, where the bacteria is more skewed to more bad bacteria than good bacteria, and that could be creating more stress. Beneficial bacteria in your gut's going to eat or ferment the food, and it's going to poop out or excrete nutrients. It's going to take whatever is in your stool, it's going to eat it and provide nutrition. Bad bacteria is going to eat your nutrients, and it's going to actually provide more toxins, more endotoxins, more lipopolysaccharides, etc., things that are more stressful on the body. And so that can be harder on the body. So you got to look at that. So imbalance in gut bacteria. Then you have infections. You have things like H. pylori that could be overactivating the immune system. It could be, which can also make low stomach acid. You have fungal overgrowth, candida. Candida, especially when carbs come into the mix, you can spit off a whole bunch of acetaldehyde, which can be stressful on the liver, create brain fog, almost make you feel drunk after a meal. So candida is a big one. You're going to have other types of infections like blastocystis hominis or D. fragilis or Entamoeba histolytica, cryptosporidium, giardia. These are all parasites. They can be stressful on the gut. You could have Clostridium difficile, C. diff. These are common gut bugs that could be a stressor on your body that you have to keep an eye on, right? And that's why a good comprehensive stool test is essential. That's why a really good elimination provocation diet is essential.